once again, Star Wars Unboxing Show. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show, Shelf Talk. And we're getting into, we're actually getting quite a ways into the collection. I mean, there's still tons of stuff to be able to show you. But part of the reason that I haven't been able to get to a lot of areas is that it's kind of a challenge to set up a camera in it. Like I did that one episode a few weeks ago, or months ago really, where I was just kind of showing the shelf. And that is kind of what I'm going to have to do with some things. So I'll get to that. But I do have a couple of things here I do want to share with you. We're going to look at this top shelf here. Kind of, again, hodgepodge, lots of mishmash, different types of things. So why don't we kind of start, we're going to kind of start over on this side. I don't know if you can see way up over here, but we have a Think Away Toys Stormtrooper, which I've done an unboxing for. We've got a couple of boxed figures. A lot of these things you've seen on previous episodes. These are things that have kind of slowly come through, like a Funko Pop, one of the fighter droids from Solo, Star Wars Story. The other one's kind of tucked there behind him. So what I'll do is, as I'm moving things, I'll just kind of put them down here. So excuse me. We have a couple of figures here. These are the Black Series figures before they started coming out with the vintage collection. We have Ahsoka. And we have Jyn Erso. These are, you know, the better articulated figures. I will most likely open them up. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So that is that. We have, oh, this is a, okay, I think we might have shown this in the previous episode. This is a bottle of pumpkin ale, you know, empty. But it's called the Wilhelm Scream. Okay. Deep cut there. For those who don't know what that is, there is a specific scream, recorded scream, that you hear in every Star Wars film, every Indiana Jones film, and in fact, quite a few action-oriented films. Ben Burtt, this original sound designer for the original Star Wars movies and the prequels, decided that he wanted to put that scream somewhere in. It's kind of like a secret. Can you find the scream? I don't want to demonstrate it because I really can't, but if you just type in Wilhelm Scream in Google, I'm sure it'll come up. So some, I guess IPA came up with this really idea to do is it IPA? I forget. To do a pumpkin ale. So I kept the bottle as a thing. I'm not really a drinker, but it was a very good pumpkin ale. All right, moving on. Back to Funko Pop. We have the Lion Speeder with bobblehead Luke. So again, a lot of these have been on previous episodes. Just go back and check all my old episodes if you want to see the unboxings of a lot of these. We have, of course, we have a little guy here. We got the Ski Speeder from Last Jedi. One of the, and again, I haven't been collecting every single Hot Wheels diecast vehicle or anything, but anything that was new that we haven't had something similar, like the titanium vehicle or something, I usually get. So this is one of them. I'm actually gonna store him over here on the side. Okay, what else we got? And of course we have our. Now this came with one of those. This came with one of those Smuggler's Bounties from Funko Pop. I think it's Chopper, but I don't believe it's an actual Funko Pop. It's some other kind of thing like that they did. But it's cute, so I kept it over there. And some more. We got Darth Maul, shirtless Darth Maul, with his robot legs. We got Captain Rex from Rebels, another great one. Generally speaking, I enjoy collecting the Star Wars Funko Pops of characters I really like. This is Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan Kenobi. By the way, still rumors about an Obi-Wan Kenobi spin-off film, or in this case, more likely a series on Disney Plus. Still making the rounds. Would love them to make an official announcement soon. That would be absolutely epic and awesome. So, really cool. We have our Resistance bombers. Again, I keep saying titanium. It's Hot Wheels, but in the style of the titanium vehicles. I can't help but hear that song. You know, when you see them coming, it goes the March of the Resistance. I always love that theme. I'm gonna tuck this one back over here as well. cool. All right, what else we got? We have one of the shuttles. This is the first order shuttle. Okay, so that's cool. We've got. Is this Kylo Ren's ship? I forget. I didn't think this was Kylo Ren's ship because this might be actually from Rogue One. One of the ships from Rogue One. I remember because Kylo Ren's ship was definitely black. So that's cool. And of course, the TIE Striker or TIE Silencer. One of those two. And leave a comment to correct me. But Kylo Ren's ship, which, contrary to popular belief, was not the ship you see at the beginning of the Rise of Skywalker kind of standoff between Rey running past it and then doing the upside down flip. It wasn't this ship. It was a very similar ship, but I don't believe it was this ship. Unless it's been seriously updated. Alright, so what else we got? We got a couple of odds and ends here. We have our, let's do off to the side here. We've got my little Yoda hat here. I think these came from Mexico. They were like fast food premiums. What do you think? It's a little bit odd looking, okay? But, again, the odd stuff is what I just absolutely adore. So, these are, I remember these. I think these are things that came from, I think our heat's going to go on. Sorry about that. These are things that came from Subway. When Subway did a Rebels thing with like some drawstring type bags. They are extremely tiny and they're like lunch bags. So you got, here you go. You got Kanan. You got the Inquisitor. And you got Chopper. I think there were more, but I just went with those three. Again, I don't have to collect all of them. I just like to collect some of them. Alright, in addition we have an M&M. Which side of the Force? I will say this, when the M&Ms, sorry about the bad lighting here, when M&Ms came out and did their kind of cross promotion, I was actually quite excited about that because I just thought that was a really neat thing. We have over here, I think this came, I'm not exactly sure where this came from, but it's basically just a bandana. I think this came from one of those unboxings of things. Nice. R2 and BB-8, X-Wings. Kind of cool. Some people it's really funny. When I go to conventions, there's so much beautiful art and so many beautiful art pieces that people do. And I absolutely love it. I love all of that. But the thing is, I have limited wall space, just like all of you. There's only so much wall space you can put Star Wars stuff on. So it's hard. Not to mention the fact my daughter's an artist, and I tend to reserve all my art space for her because, come on, I'm a dad. I'm a proud dad. I want to show off my daughter's art. So, to all those artists out there, appreciate it, but be aware that art is just something like wall art is just something I'm limited, and even stuff like this that I really can't do much with. Okay, so I find things here and there. All right, what else we got? We got a few more things on this side. So I think this is a drawstring bag. Yeah, from this is Club Obi-Wan. They had their official gala, and I ended up purchasing a kind of a, not a ticket, but a kind of like I wanted the swag bag. So this is the bag that came and everything with it. This is one of the, I've shown this in the past. This is the 2015 Funko Pop medal that they gave out. So I will hang out on this side for now. We have, of course, got to have another one of those. This is, by the way, these hats are from Episode 3. This is a Chewbacca hat. Not really designed for bigger heads, but, it works. And we've got some lanyards. This is from Star Wars Celebration 4, which includes, it's amazing. It's kind of I got a lot of swag, a lot of free pins and buttons. And I just love to share this because these are really just snapshots in time. We've got Got EU. There's a little pin here. Got EU. I just think that, and it was from The Galaxy is Listening. The Galaxy is Listening is actually a podcast that eventually was the Forcecast. But the Forcecast I still think is running, but it's with different people. It's also the gentleman that ran Forcecast jumped ship and started their own Rebel Force Radio. I know they have a lot of followers. I do tend to listen to their podcast on a regular basis, so that's pretty cool. I love this one. This button, save master replicas. It didn't happen. They didn't get saved, so sorry to say. But they've become other things, prop places. We have a, oh my, this is hard to make out. Like a little Vader pin here. Or I keep saying pin. Here's another Forcecast. Okay, there you go. What else we got on here? Oh, got a Yoda, little Yoda pin. So, some cool stuff. I'll switch it over to this side for now, mix things up. And we have, of course, Crazy Hair, which is basically just like a candy that had a Vader head on it. I think I got one of these. And, these aren't things that I that much cherish. They're more like I enjoy the snapshots in time. We got some cool Jedi Temple Archives bags. Jedi Temple Archive, a great online resource for checking out. They do a great job with what I do is kind of more of a broad stroke walkthrough of Star Wars collecting. If you really want to get down to the minutia of action figures and points of articulation and paint schemes and when things were repainted and re-released, Jedi Temple Archives does a great photo archive. They're really good with it. So at a convention at one of their booths, that is really nice booths for Star Wars Celebration. So really cool. That was a really fun trip. The Star Wars Celebration 4 took place in LA. I actually took my daughter, and we had our one and only daddy-daughter little trip to do that, and I loved it. I was so happy to have done it. We really bonded on the trip. She respected my fandom, a little bit more after seeing what everybody else, the throes of people. She also began to embrace her own fandom for not only Star Wars, but Disney, anime, Doctor Who, things that she liked, and she was really nice. It was good for her to see that it's okay to do that. So it's okay to be a fan. All right, else we got here? We got our Death Trooper, which I think might have some sounds to it, but I might have taken the battery out because I do that from time to time. Oh, no, I didn't. I forget if this one makes any sound. I don't think it does. I mean, it makes sound, but I don't think it makes any of that Death Trooper, kind of foreign language kind of sound. Funny. I kind of hope to see Death Troopers again in some form. All right. And as we're wrapping up here, what else we got? We got a speeder bike. This is a Toys R Us exclusive. A speeder bike with detachable cannon. Okay. Kind of weird. But there you go. Again, it's one of those things. I have a lot of speeder bikes out, so I don't really feel the need to take this one out. So I just kind of keep it in the box at present. Some other things back here that's kind of hard to see. We have here's a titanium. Here's an example of a titanium. When I talk about Star Wars titanium, this is what I'm referring to. These are die-cast vehicles. I'm sorry the lighting is not so great. See if I can get. This is Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. I just like the case. I like the box of this. I just think they're kind of cool. But I will say that they don't take. They do take up a lot of room, and I'm trying to consolidate space. So I'm looking into possible ways to display the titaniums before I take them out. But when I take them out, oh boy, we're gonna have a great unboxing with that. That's something to look forward to somewhere down the road. Oh, my favorite. I have a little bit of a piece of advice. Okay, my Darth Vader Mickey ears. Now here's the deal. Unlike some, I am very happy that Disney bought Star Wars. I always feel that the more, I knew that when Disney did that, we were going to get more Star Wars. And I'm all for more Star Wars. Because I want to be in a situation where I can have so much Star Wars that I can pick and choose what I want. As a collector, that's what I do. And as a Star Wars fan, there are some, I've really loved all the movies. I can't really fault any of the movies. I can say that there are certain things in certain parts that I would have rather seen something different. But that's just my own fandom. I'm not disappointed in it. I just think about that. But I absolutely love it. And I love that when Disney was doing a huge crossover with, before they bought Star Wars, before Disney bought Lucasfilm, they were doing tons of Star Wars crossovers. You've seen some of those unboxings with the, Mickey as Han Solo or Donald as Darth Maul or whatever. So, and I have a few more of them that I want to open up in future episodes. But I just thought this was too cool. This is just too great. You got Mickey, Darth. What are you going to do? So I will leave this on for the remainder of the episode. Thank you very much. Okay, and up here, well, we do have an Anakin, another one of those candy jars with Anakin. We do have tucked back here, we have one of these special action figure sets, similar to the 3-packs that I mentioned in a previous shelf talk when we were looking at the vintage collection. You can see they have the racing stripes, or the racing track. And this is a scanning crew, the Imperial scanning crew. This was a Kmart exclusive. I believe they had another one too. Yeah, it was Death Star scanning crew and Imperial scanning crew. So I don't know if I got that one too. Did I get that one too? I think I did. I just don't think it fit where I had it. So, and then last but not least, certainly not least, we have our 2 cookie jars here. We have Wicket, the cookie jar, and Chewbacca, the cookie jar. So pretty cool stuff. I was into the cookie jar thing mostly because when I was looking for them, they were not expensive. I mean, these large, very bulky ceramic cookie jars were not all that expensive. I think they're from a company called Star Jars. I think they had some Wizard of Oz ones too. But they're really cool. I like them. So, they find a place prominently. So that will do it for this week's episode of Darth Tuba Shelf Talk. Again, lots more episodes, lots more Shelf Talks on the way. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. I have set up lots of playlists, so go run through my playlists. Put them on automatic. Spread the word. I am currently at 395 subscribers. I guess I'm getting on the subscriber addiction. I want to get more subscribers. I'm not really like that. I just want to get to 400, only because I just feel, maybe I'm OCD, I don't know, but I'm so close to 400. So if you know anybody, if you stumble across this, one thing I want to mention, I put a lot of stuff on Instagram and on Twitter. Please go to the YouTube link, okay, to watch my video. Even if you only watch it for a few minutes, please go to the YouTube links if you can, not just looking at it on Facebook or looking at it on Twitter. Like, please go follow the link all the way through, because the more views you get, the more it gets pushed around. So that's always a good thing. So thank you so much. And again, we drop videos usually on Wednesdays and on Sundays. So until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye.